Cooking oil. It's the one ingredient that you'll find in almost every single dish in China. Whether you're frying up veggies or just having a bowl of noodles, it's virtually guaranteed that you'll be slurping up a healthy portion of oil made from peanuts, sunflowers, or soybeans. This also makes the price of cooking oil one of the most important prices for ordinary Chinese people, known in Chinese as the Lao Bai Xing, the old 100 names. For the hundreds of millions of people living paycheck to paycheck in China, a spike in cooking oil prices can push them from getting by to barely scraping by. That's why, despite very tame inflation numbers of around 2%, the central government is keeping an eye and a hand on the price of edible oil. Over the past several months, cooking oil prices have been creeping up and the government has taken note. Xinhua news agency reports that between April 1st and July 25th, the price of peanut oil increased 10% nationally. That jump was much more pronounced in cities like Chongqing, Beijing, and Tianjin, which saw increases of 25%, 19%, and 23% respectively. According to the China Economic Weekly, in the past month, prices for a 1.3-gallon jug of peanut oil jumped from $21.90 to $23.40, a 7% jump. That may not sound devastating, but to owners of small restaurants, these are the kind of changes that eat up profit margins. Industry insiders say that the prices are jumping because of rising costs for producers. One major producer, Hai Carey, said that last year high input costs forced the company to eat large losses. The Nanfang Daily reports that prices for peanut kernels have been steadily rising since early 2011, when a ton of peanut kernels went for $1,316. By autumn of last year, the price was at a record high of $2,115 per ton, before returning to a more reasonable level at the start of this year. But costs are once again on the rise, up 10% to almost $2,000 per ton. But peanut oil isn't the only price that's been on the rise. Soybean oil prices have also been pushed up by movements in the international market. China became a net importer of soybeans in 1995, and in 2011, 80% of domestic consumption came from imports. Brazil, Argentina, and the U.S. are China's three main suppliers of soybeans, and all have been dealing with extreme weather that is driving up prices. With America's Farm Belt suffering from the worst drought in a generation, Chinese consumers are feeling the heat as well. According to Bloomberg, American soybean output for this season may be at its lowest in the decade. These changes are rippling through the Chinese market, where the price of soybean oil in Beijing went up 3.5% in the past month. Don't go away, because when we come back, we'll be talking about what the Chinese government is doing to keep down prices of edible oil in China. Stay tuned.